morning. Uh, Today we are going to learn about basically is about hydrometeorological hazard or meteorological hazards, right? So hydrometeorological hazards are process or phenomena of atmospheric, hydrologic or oceanographic nature. It may cause loss of life, injuries, and other health impacts, properties, damages, losses of livelihood and services. So, social and economic disruption, or even environmental damages, are also part of it. Then you have tropical here in a hydrometeorological hazards, which includes tropical cyclone, which we can either call typhoon or hurricane. Then we have thunders, hailstorms, tornadoes, cold spells, heavy snowfall, floods, flash floods, then drought, heat wave, storm surges, avalanches, blizzard, and many more. Okay. So, hydrometeorological conditions also can be, factorial other than hazards such as, landslides and wildfire, locust plague, or, epidemic or, volcanic eruption can be, associated with it. Like landslides, with heavy rainfall or precipitation, it can trigger landslides. Then you have wildfire, like with extreme dry climate and temperature, you will have effects of wildfire. Then locust and plague, epidemic, they are all part of it. Now volcanic eruptions also like are associated with hydrometeorological, have some certain association with hydrometeorological hazards. So the potential hydrometeorological hazards that are most common, defined by the natural oceanographic and atmospheric administration, says that cyclone, typhoon, flood, storm surges, tornadoes, flash floods, thunderstorms, effects of La Nina and El Nino are part of it. So when we are addressing these issues, we need to understand the issue of the first hydrometeorological hazards which we come across is cyclone. So cyclone is an intense low pressure system which is characterized by strong spiral winds towards the center, which we called I in and it rotates in a counterclockwise flow in the northern hemisphere and clockwise flow in the southern hemisphere. So the hazard due to tropical cyclone are strong winds with heavy rainfall, and that can cause spread of flood waters or flooding, flash floods, storm surges, landslides, or even mud flow. So in recent times, if you take up international news, you will see there is a mud flow or mud landslide in Haiti, in China, in parts of Himalayan region, because of heavy rainfall. So this is all because first of all, we do not understand the it happens when we do construction or any developmental activity, when we do not understand the what do you call, um, and the geology of the place, and we involve into those developmental activities without understanding it, and unsustainable activity getting indulged into it. So eventually flash floods or mudslide can cause damages to structural damages to properties, and even your agricultural land or human life also. Okay. So let's understand in cyclone that we have tropical depression, which escalates to become tropical storms. Then it turns to become typhoon. Okay, so tropical depression, that is the maximum winds of from 35 kilometer per hour to 63 kilometers per hour. Tropical storm, that is maximum wind from 64 kilometer per hour to 118 kilometer per hour. So we have maximum wind exceeding of about is 118 kilometer, that is typhoon, or you can call it super cyclone. Okay, so typhoon is a large, powerful and violent tropical cyclone. It is a low pressure area rotating counterclockwise and containing rising warm air that forms over warm water in Western Pacific Ocean. So less powerful tropical cyclone are also called tropical depression, or even we can say it categorized into tropical storms. Okay, so typhoon is called a hurricane in Atlantic Ocean, a cyclone in Indian Ocean, a willy willy in Australia and Oceania. Typhoon can conflict terrible damage due to thunderstorms, violent winds, torrential rainfall, and floods, landslides, and large and big waves associated with storms. So, when we are talking about cyclone, we are addressing cyclone as being known, or has a common name, or commonly known in various places of the earth in different name, like typhoon. We can call typhoon in Atlantic Ocean, sorry, hurricane in Atlantic Ocean. So both the western eastern coast of American continent and the western coast of European continent faces hurricane. Then you have ocean cyclone in Indian Ocean region, we call it cyclone, and typhoon we call it in the Pacific belt. Basically, predominantly we call it Pacific belt. We call typhoon, and in Australia and its small archipelago islands other associated with Australia, like New Zealand and Tasmania. There we call it as willy willy. All right, now thunderstorms. Thunderstorm is a weather condition that produces lightning and thunder, heavy rainfall from cumulonimbus cloud, which is possibly can turn into tornadoes. So it is a violent local disturbances accumulated accompanied by lightning. So thunders and heavy rain, and often strong dust of winds, and sometimes also by hailstorms. Okay, so tropical thunderstorms caused by a convection occurs when the sun warmth has heated a large body of moist air near the ground. So the air rises and and is called by expansion. The cooling condensation, the water vapor present in the air forming a cumulus cloud. Okay, then we have tornadoes. Tornado is also described with a violent rotating column of air extending from thunderstorms to the ground. So tornado come in varied sizes. That is typically from a visible condensation funnel reaching in narrow and touching the ground. So it is often encircling by clouds of and debris which it carries all along. Heavy and wide range of color depending on the what type of environment or what debris it is carrying, that cone will vary on that. So typically many appears near transparent and visible unit dusts and debris are picked up as it reaches the ground, and developed from several thunderstorms in warm stable air along and ahead of cold front regions. So tornado is a very common phenomena in states. In United States, you will find this is specifically in Mississippi and Missouri, in those areas you will find tornadoes are very common in these regions. Okay, then we have flash floods. Just hold on. So, flash floods. Flash floods is a rapid flooding of geomorphic low-lying areas like, washes, rivers, dry lakes, basin, basically depression areas which has a more social, like, depressions with low elevations, and it is surrounded with high elevated lands, so you will have a flood in those areas. So common cause of flood, is basically because of heavy rainfall with, several thunderstorms, tropical storms. Then you have melting of, ice, like glaciers, snow falling off the ice sheets, or snow fields, and hurricanes. Okay. So flash floods may occur after collapse of natural ice or debris, from dams, or a human structure such as man-made dams. Okay. Then you have flash floods are, distinguished from, regular floods by time scale of less than 6 hours. So it has to be less than 6 hours where you have a torrential effect of onslaught of water coming in. Flash floods are distinguished from regular floods by a time scale which is, it should be less than a 6 hour barrier. So flood itself is an, it means that inundation of, land area which are not normally covered by water. So a flood is usually caused by temporary rise, or, or of over, falling of the river. So streams or other water causes inundating adjacent land or floodplains. So, temporary rise of the lake, oceans, or reservoirs, and other, enclosed body of water. So, heavy and prolonged rainfall associated with tropical cyclone, monsoon, intertropical convergence zone, are, active low pressure areas, and debris jam cause a river or stream to overflow and flood the surrounding areas. Okay. So floods are basically, hydrological phenomena caused by storm surges and tsunami along, coastal areas. So two key elements are rainfall intensity and duration. So intensity is the rate of rainfall, and the duration is how long the rain will last. Okay. Storm surges is the rise of the seawater above normal seawater over the coast. It is generated by the action of, weather elements such as, cyclonic wind and atmospheric pressures, of the region. Now sea level rise and driven towards the coastal area where the depth is shallow and the slope of the seabed is gradual. So the natural flow of water is delayed by the effect of friction and on the seabeds. So the more water moves from the sea to the coastal axis, water piles up on the shoreline. This, piling up of water makes a large volume of water which might eventually flow into hinterland, some distance from the coastal areas, and depending upon the shape of the coastlines and the slope of the seabed, storm surges can, sweep across a large portion of the coastal region. Okay. So you got it. So what happens in storm surges, that is also give rises to floods or flash floods. Okay, just hold on. So uh, so more of water moves from sea to coastal axis, where water piles up on the shoreline, and it has the potential of flooding into the hinterland area. Okay, so now then we come across La Nina and El Nino effect. La Nina and El Nino are complex weather pattern resulting from variations in ocean temperature in equilateral Pacific region. So these two phenomena are opposite phase of what is known as El Nino Southern Oscillation cycle. Okay. Now, just a minute. So El Nino, El Nino Southern Oscillation Cycle is a scientific term that describes the fluctuation of temperature between ocean and atmosphere in the east central equatorial Pacific region. So it is approximately between the international date line, that is about 120 degree west. Okay, so La Nina is sometimes referred to as the cold phase of El Nino Southern Oscillation, and El Nino is a warmer phase of El Nino Southern Oscillation, and this deviation from normal surface temperature can have a large scale impact upon on ocean processes, but also a global weather and climatic changes. Okay, so when we are trying to address that, what is El Nino and La Nina episodes typically last for about 9 to 12 months, and but some prolonged events can also be persistent with this phenomena. Okay, so like El Nino and La Nina event occurs on an average for every 2 to 7 years in difference. So typically El Nino occurs more frequently than that of La Nina years. Okay. uh, Now this is a sign of impending typhoon that is arising at in the Pacific Ocean, and it is crossing over Philippines island. So the general consequence of event that occurs during the development of category 2 hurricane, or you can call typhoon, the wind speed should be for about 96 to 110 kilometers an hour, miles an hour. So approaching the coastal area, like seen it has been seen by the many reporters in 2011 that within 96 hours before the landfall of the hurricane or cyclone, tropical cyclone, at first there is there aren't any uh, apparent sign of the storms in the sky. So the barometer is steady and the winds are light and variable, and a fair weather accumulus cloud appears on the horizon. So later, in about 72 hours from that of landfall of the cyclone, a little has changed into the atmosphere, except that of swollen on the ocean surface. There is a swelling or upwelling of the ocean surface, which has increased to about 6 times, and the waves comes to the shore for every 9 seconds. So this means that the storms for over a horizon is going to approach the coastal region. Then, in 48 hours before the landfall, the sky is now clear of clouds, the barometer is steady, and the wind is almost calm. The swell is also known about 90 feet in the upcoming, or even at a lighter uh, pace or seconds. Okay, then we come to 36 hours before the landfall. The first sign of phenomena, of the storm appears. The barometer is falling slightly, to the wind is around about 100 miles per hour. So the ocean swell is about 13 feet, and coming in about every 7 to 7 in every 7 seconds apart. So what is happening in ocean currents is that it has increased the frequency of coming, and the height of the ocean water has also increased. Okay. Now, on the horizon, a large amount of white cirrus cloud appears, as like a veil of cloud approaching. So it covers more of the horizon, and like hurricane watches is the issue, and the areas with the long evacuation time are also given the orders to bring the survivals. So in about 30 hours before the landfall had happened in the cyclone, the sky is covered by a brilliant by a very high overcast, and barometer is also falling very steadily for about zero point 0.1 millibar per hours. So winds picks up the up about 30 23 miles per hour, and the ocean swells much higher. So coming in every 5 seconds apart is the beginning of the obscured by the wind and driven waves, and also small white caps belongs to appear on the surface of the conference halls. So now the tool for tracking these things are, there are satellites, the most advanced of the technology used in monitoring the cyclone or typhoon. It can, visualize exactly in real time the formation of the path of cyclone through Doppler. Like Doppler is acronymous to or for radiologic detection and ranging of the cyclone. So like radar detection devices emits and affects radio waves it to determine the distance from the source of the object by the meaning the time if it takes to reach the earth, and echo of to match it, match the wave is also returning. Now the especially weather parameters measure the direct and the speed of moving objects also exerted. So such as prediction has a capacity to measure the volatility of the practices in the houses, and also determining the threat of which practices are being failing. Just hold on. So how does a Doppler radar work? Now when we are talking about radar detection of cyclone and the waves that is going to come up. So a Doppler radar bounces sound off the storm cloud. So Doppler radar can tell if raindrops are moving towards or away from you know observers, and it can spot spinning movement in clouds. So the helps it helps scientists predict which way storms will travel. Then we have mitigation and preparedness procedure and plan for hydrometeorological disaster or hazards. Like the preparedness and the mitigation strategies are adopted from the Department of Education's risk reduction resources manual, which was issued in the year 2008. So this preparedness, like typhoon preparedness, what do you require for typhoon preparedness? So, like prepare, what is there, before there was a planning technique like that. So establish and maintain coordination with, various groups and disaster coordinating council in handy. So then we need to have ensure that the houses can withstand heavy rainfall and strong winds at the time of disaster. So then we have learn more about typhoon and other weather disturbances and their signs and warnings, effects and dangers, and how to protect houses and other properties can also be figured out to manage the disaster. Then you have learned something and relevant in mitigation and preparedness for the tropical cyclone is like participate actively to schools disaster response drill or simulation or something like that. So the response, like what do you what do you do during something during a breakfast or during your morning tea. So monitoring through a radar or other a reliable sources, the least official part of but this is that on the typhoon, that whenever house is no longer safe, evacuate immediately to a safer place, or become a part of a rescue operations to keep the members of the centers more safe. So then you have stay indoors and away from fireworks. Keep an eye, on open line of communication with relatives, and that shall not affect the keep of the most of the countries in association. So ensuring that the member of the evil it is basically the member of the family remain calm by keeping them informed of with the latest development that has happened in the house. Then you have rebellion. So what to do after you have realized it? So helping is attending the victims immediately for minor cuts and wounds. Happy first aid. So you have to apply for first aid. Then in case of major injury, cuts and wounds, seek necessary immediate assistance for distance stationary of health. Now help is is also checking the house of the damaged for any damages and losses. Note that the damages that requires immediate repair, for example like electrical connections and water supply. So coordinate with with various officials and agencies for the proper distance learning system in the center. Then we have thunderstorms, preparedness. What do you do before you preparing yourself for dealing with thunder? What do you do while you are sleeping? You try to hide yourself, you put yourself underneath your bed. So it is similar like that. So in case of service, thunderstorms or specific rain, planning should not include into these processes. So then we have learning more about areas which are revised through from work of risk. Now, now we need to discuss how you could know if a thunderstorm may appear to a you know in these areas. Now discussing how warning system can be approached or can be activated to warn and evacuate as many as people as possible. So that is mean you're driving towards a mass evacuation of the area. Just hold on. So learning how to estimate the distance of thunder clouds by becoming the different by counting or computing the difference in time between the speed of the flash of lightning and hearing the sound. So we know the speed of sound, we know the distance, so we can calculate how fast it is approaching. So then the response, what you need to do is in response category, learn how to do the lightning. Then you have safety petition, and stay away from the obstacle tree, lower fences, telephone line of if you are out in the open region. Just hold on. Yeah. So falling all the debris and causing flash floods. Okay, just hold on. So then staying calm is though very important during any disaster. So postponing all the outdoors activities to avoid plumbing, or and also even fixing of the houses are also good activity that have a better electric system working in, and better harmonious in the family, which will go on at the plight of the disaster. So unplug or turn off the appliances and computer of electrical items such as computer. This will turn off air conditions and also TV, and also stay off the people until the storm is over, by just doing the operated radiology of the patient, and by knowing it. So then you have unplugged of return of all the ablation and electrical items like appliances and electrical items like which are such as computers and so on, right? Then rehabilitating means also choosing and moving to a safe and in areas where members of family cannot gather, whether during or after the mark of the disaster. Okay. So just this is all for the hydrometeorological psychology, cyclone and thunderstorms. Okay. Then lightning storms are also associated with it. So with your heels together, it is, if you are hit by a lightning, you just touch your feet, back feet together, and it will protect you from getting electrocuted. Because if you do not touch anything, or one feet is touched into the ground, it will directly pass into the system and cause a havoc or death for that sin. Tornado is like, he has a better understanding of this through incidences like preparedness, that is, develop a personal dependencies. Then you have plans of the whole area or the family or the community. Then you have predicted drills with members of the family also is will be part of it. Now you have, you can also put an insecticides, pesticide designated to a particular area, but that also has a repercussion into environment. Now keeping an eye on the communication with other members of the community should do seen it. So the to listen to the radios and television for for better warning system, forecast, and also evacuation plan. Okay. Uh, then we have flood and flash flood response, like in preparedness, in warning, in response, and recovering. We need various steps to be taken up. Okay, so research from various occurrence, how futile these things are, like water food covers in your area is and otherwise are different. So if there has been raining or hard or several hours of steady rainfall for several days, be alert to possibility of what do you call flood. Then you have floods happening as an in the ground level area. So there are many reasons for these primary disaster being happening and affecting human population, and giving a name of a earthquake or any natural calamity that persists there. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. So the water is like blue, blue knee length high, and avoid the areas which is prone to your sky, and has a calculative and proper measure covered the to basically to uplift the area, and the bridges and the creeks and the streams and blankets, and several other flood areas can be also covered through this. Okay, so this is all for hydrometeorological disaster. We'll again see you for the next lecture.